Good morning, students. As we get ready to get started for our Fine Arts Assembly, I want a quick reminder. Our students are performing for you today, and also we have a lot of awards to pass out this morning, so let's please give them proper respect. I know you will. You know the expectation. And at this time, I'd like to turn it over to our students to begin our Fine Arts Assembly.
Hello, and welcome to the 24th Annual Fine Arts Assembly. The arts not only enrich our lives, communities, and culture, but they are vital to a student's education. A strong arts education promotes the skills students need to be successful. A growing body of studies presents compelling evidence connecting student learning in the arts to a wide array of academic and social benefits. For example, exposure to art education promotes self-directed learning, improves school attendance, and sharpens critical and creative skills. Additionally, research has shown that what students learn in the arts may help them to master other subjects, such as reading, math, or social studies. The evidence is clear. Study of the arts contributes to student achievement and success in school and beyond.
Today, we are excited to present highlights from our own successful art programs and celebrate our fellow student talents. And I know everyone involved can't wait to share it with all of you.
To begin, I would like to introduce to you Harvard University alumni Jim Griffin to present the Harvard Book Award brought to you by the Harvard Club of Northeast Ohio.
Good morning. It's always a pleasure to be here to meet you folks and to listen to a great jazz band at this time in the morning. Before I present the book, I'd like to give you a few words about what its history is. The Harvard Prize Book Program was established by Harvard alumni back in 1910 and was part of their effort to attract the attention of talented young students to the opportunities available to them in Cambridge. In the program's first years, a prize book was awarded at only a handful of schools in the New England area, but today nearly 2,000 books sponsored by local Harvard alumni are awarded at schools all over the world. The prize book is awarded to an outstanding student in the next to the graduating class who displays excellence in scholarship and high character, combined with achievement in other fields. The winners of this award, through their intelligence and variety of achievement, illustrate Harvard's commitment to excellence. In keeping with these high standards and expectations, the Harvard Prize Book at Wadsworth High School for the year 2019 is awarded to Noah Falanga.
Next, we have the Winter Color Guard. Winter Guard is dance, flag, and rifle work, storytelling, and teamwork. Our WHS Winter Guard team travels to various locations in Ohio to compete against other school guard teams. This year offered the team new challenges when halfway through the competition season, the group, based on their previous outstanding performances, was moved up a class from Scholastic Regional A to Scholastic AA. With new teams to compete against and higher standards to meet, the team fought until the end to place third at the OIPA State Championship at Wapakoneta High School. Today, the team will perform their competition show entitled The Girl Behind the Mask.
The girl behind the mask doesn't understand that beauty is in the eye of the beholder. But it doesn't matter how many times that I've told her, she still relies on the opinions of people who don't realize feeling of constantly disappointing the people who assist me to see them happy. But instead they have to watch the deterioration and can do nothing but hope and pray that one day the girl behind the mask can finally sing, with content and honesty to herself. I'm happy. I can put these feelings of no self-worth on a shelf and live on and build up my life and repair myself in the past, and can finally say to myself that at last I can. I beat to the demons inside my soul, the demons who did nothing but make my thoughts and my life cold, the ones who made me contemplate my life, my confidence, my existence, my future, made me feel hurt and calm before the surgical suture, the ones who made me panic when I even left my room as if the world was out to get me, as if one day soon the day will come. The girl behind the mask doesn't see, but she shines so much brighter. You see, the girl behind the mask doesn't know what she's capable of. It's as if she's blind to how happy she makes everyone. Puts a smile on the face of the person feeling down. She's blind to the fact that she can turn a sad day around and make people smile from ear to ear. But when she takes off the mask, she's filled with nothing but fear. Fear of what the next day is going to be for her, as if she's waiting for her sentence and there's nothing but rumors being spread about her. The girl behind the mask is the definition of beauty, the meaning of strength. She needs to know that it's the beauty of everyone who cares to help in her life, to make her realize that her life is her life. To understand that there's nothing to be afraid of, just finding friends who show passion. The girl behind the mask needs to lift her head up and open her eyes and realize that she'll never be alone, as much as she may feel in the pain she's feeling now. Happiness will heal. So be strong and proud of the person you are. Be strong and proud of anyone whose feelings isn't fair. Stand with me now, girl behind the mask. Listen to these words to yourself. You must ask, why am I letting this take over? And then look in the mirror and witness your beauty. And as hard as it seems, you need to smile at your beauty. And then see the pain's emotional journey. A bumpy ride, as long as it seems, remember the certainty. There'll be a destination waiting for you where you can be happy at last. But please be strong.
Thank you, Color Guard, for that beautiful performance. Next, we have the Bruin Awards, presented by Mariah Youngblood and Olivia Popora.
My legs are like so dead.
Pull this side up. Yep. Oh, jeez.
Hi, Dimitri. Dimitri. Hi, dude. Are we good?
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. This year, the Bruin staff has worked tirelessly to put out 8 issues, 168 pages, and countless online stories. However, this work was not for nothing. We have prided ourselves in serving both the high school and the community.
Publishing an issue each month entails countless hours of working during school, after school, and even at home. This staff has endured late nights at the school, staying close to 10 p.m. once a month just to put out the best paper possible.
Recently, the paper was awarded first in the state with our website we were awarded second in the state with our website taking first. We are so proud of our staff and everything they have accomplished. We would also like to thank all of you guys for allowing us to call the Bruin your paper.
Without further ado, we are so excited to announce next year's staff. Please hold all applause until the end and please stand to be recognized. Would all new staff writers please stand?
All right, now starting off with our social media manager is Abby Witcherman, art editor, Emily Thompson, business manager, Logan Eggleston, online editor, Seth Smalley, sports editor, Jillian Cornacion, features editor, Morgan Papora, news editor, Anna Wolfinger, and next year's chief, Hallie Schaefer.
And the outstanding Bruin Student of the Year goes to Mariah Youngblood.
The WHS Choir Department performs 4 concerts per year, involved in community events and performances, hosts student camps, competes at Music in the Parks, participates in the Fine Arts Festival, as well as solo and ensemble, and has grown to over 200 students participating in the choir for next year. They have also been accepted to perform at the Candlelight Processional in Epcot in December of 2019. Now, time for some music courtesy of the choir, who will be performing. The elite and men's choirs will be performing Kyrie, and show choir will perform Shallow and a tribute to Queen. Thank you, choirs. That was lovely. All right, and now the award for Outstanding Vocal Music Student goes to Carter Frazier. Learning a world language is no small task, but its benefits last a lifetime. Whether taking French, Spanish, or Latin, studying language strengthens our knowledge of English, enhances our communication, improves our reading and writing skills, and fascinates us with the vivid cultures of past and present. World languages at WHS also offer endless opportunities for students, such as the Distinguished Seal of Biliteracy, International Club, and Travel Abroad. In fact, few things promote lifelong learning more than a world language. Thus, it is our pleasure to present the awards to the following world language students. This year's outstanding French students are Madeline Husak
And Andrew Schmidt.
And the outstanding Latin student is Lily Stewart.
And the outstanding Spanish students are Melina Melick,
And Mariah Youngblood. And the outstanding Chinese student of the year is Cecilia Ho.
This year, for the first time, the World Language Department will be awarding the Ohio Seal of Biliteracy, which recognizes graduating seniors who can demonstrate high levels of proficiency in English and at least one other language. Students must pass 4 rigorous tests that have been created by the state of Ohio. There are 8 students receiving the award this year. In Latin, Lily Stewart. In Spanish, Mariah Youngblood, Melina Melick, Sarah Takanaka, Andrea, oh my goodness. Yeah, you just go. Okay.
Andrea Suelar and Jessica Cabrera.
And then in French, Andrew Schmidt and Madeline Husak.
At this time, we would like to welcome Anna Bowling to the podium to present our next performers from the speech and debate team.
Good morning. As Tony and Ellie just said, my name is Anna Bowling, and I had the honor of serving as the team president for the speech and debate team over this past year. This activity is one of the most engaging and enjoyable I have ever participated in. Almost every week through the end of October through the end of March, we travel to different schools in the Akron-Canton area for competition, where students compete across 13 different types of interpretation, public address, and debate. There are 4 interp categories, being duo, dramatic interpretation, program of oral interpretation, and humorous interpretation. The 4 public address include original oratory, informative, United States extemporaneous speaking, and international extem. Over the course of the season, our tiny team had some big feats. We qualified 17 students to the state tournament at Jackson High School, and 2 students, including myself and Erin Lynn, to the national tournament being hosted in Dallas, Texas. We also had 5 alternate slots for this national tournament, including Jordan Kraft, Isaac Makar, Alex Miller, and Clay Barker and Alexandra Zuter, who you will see perform in just a moment. Clay and Alexandra ran a piece this year called A Very Common Procedure. It's a piece that features a couple recounting their pregnancy and the events surrounding it. They compete in duo interpretation, where throughout their piece they must work together to create characters and atmosphere while not looking or at touching each other. Duos can be both dramatic or humorous, and Clay and Alexandra use a little bit of both. Speech and debate is an amazing opportunity here at the high school, and it's super easy to get involved. Our staff really supports us and allows us to thrive and succeed. Please enjoy a small look into our world of competitive acting, and please don't hesitate to reach out to any team members if you have any questions. And here are Clay and Alexandra.
Honey, I'm home.
Hey, babe.
What's that smell?
I'm cooking your favorite food.
Really? You do not cook.
Well, I do tonight.
Well, you should have cooked for me when we first met. You know, ladies love that kind of thing.
Well, I had to catch you before I could poison you.
Michael, I'm pregnant.
You're what?
I'm sure too. I'm the doctor who took the test. Oh.
I'm shocked.
Michael, are you happy?
Am I happy?
Are you happy that we're pregnant?
Wait, I'm pregnant?
Michael, we're gonna have a baby.
We're gonna have a baby.
With every relationship comes conflict, and it is important that we understand and express the emotions that our relationships trigger. In other words, it is vital that we make the bonds with our partner unbreakable.
As Michael J. Fox said it best, acceptance doesn't mean resignation. It means something is what it is, and there is going to be a baby.
A very common procedure.
By Courtney Derrick. We were finishing setting up the crib when we started talking, arguing about babies.
Angela.
No.
Samantha.
Gross.
What about Madeline?
She's not a cookie, okay? The real fight came when I suggested the name Virginia.
We're not naming her after a state.
Well, we did name the baby.
We named her baby.
Named her baby.
You know, I figured a name could wait. I thought we'd look into her little baby eyes and just know what she'd be called then. You know, we're gonna be good at this. I can tell.
Got it. You know, I remember the first time I ever met her. She said something like, "You will always be successful at being you." And I guess now I realize that she meant that I would never pass my own limitations.
No, that is not what I meant. What I meant was, you're so successful at being you. And that's when you turned to me and said,
You know, that's the nicest thing anyone has ever said to me.
really?
Yeah.
I mean it.
You know, my last relationship wasn't like this. She just wanted to change it right at first.
Oh, and did she?
Oh, why?
I'm gonna warn you, Michael. I might try and take you shopping. Just
Oh, come on. Seriously, not
It's
that.
just a lot of brown.
I like
You
brown.
look like frickin' Cocoa Puffs.
Oh, I'm successful at being me.
Really? I like that.
I fell in love with her on that first date.
It's a sunny Friday in October, and I'm 8 months pregnant. You know, I wouldn't say that pregnancy was blissful, but it was good. It was tired and fat, but it was good. And I'm walking down the street to my mommy to yoga class, and I feel this trickle. And I start crying, and I call for a cab right away because you just know. And I get Michael on the phone, I say, Michael, Michael, I think my water just broke.
Wait, slow down. It can't just wait too early.
No, I know.
I can leave right now. I can leave
It's
work.
fine, it's fine.
You're gonna be okay.
I know.
You will be.
I'll call you.
Okay. And then 3 hours later, we are in the delivery room. And our baby was born.
She was.
She was tiny. You know, like a peanut.
She was a peanut. No. And then the doctors told us that there was this complication. And that they're taking our newborn daughter to get an MRI. And I feel sick.
It's a very common procedure, they said. But we're hopeful that your daughter will be fine. You know, old people die. That's natural, right? Or at least that's what it was taught. But when my baby girl died, you know, I wasn't just sad or mad or upset. I was honestly perplexed because babies don't die. Babies don't die. And you know what happens? When it happens, it is unspeakable. When it happens, you can't be there. You know, you don't get to let her know that she's loved before she slips away. You can't do anything. You don't even get to be a father. It's a very common procedure, they said. But we're sorry. Your baby died in the operating room.
It's been a month. And my first periods have been a baby things.
It's been a month, and I miss my wife.
I don't need to be comforted.
Well, then what do you need?
Our baby?
You know, I
Get
hate
out of this apartment.
Then let's move.
I don't want to.
Then what do you want? I mean, honestly, do you have any idea what you're being like right now?
Yes.
Then grow up.
Excuse me?
You know this happened to me too.
Oh, this happened to you too. I don't think so, Michael. Don't touch me. Don't ever touch me. Oh, are you leaving, Michael? Because I want you to. I want you out.
No, you don't, Carolyn. You know this isn't you.
We didn't even get to give her a name.
Carolyn.
I could have done it better. I know I could have done it better. I know I could have done it better. I could have done more. I could have been better. I could have been more careful. I could have been more careful.
Listen to me. I need you. And I want to be with you.
I know.
Do you even want to be with me?
I do.
So then let's move. I don't even know where. God, I don't even care where.
What about your job?
You know, it took me 5 years to get here. I can get another job. I can go somewhere else. You know, we can rebuild our lives. We can still do this.
We're parents. With dead babies.
We are so much more than that.
Are we?
We're together.
In the Outstanding Speech and Debate Student of the Year goes to Anna Bowling.
Now, a moment to take a look into the visual arts. This past weekend, the art program got to display many of its works at the Fine Arts Festival. It was even more of a milestone for the AP Art students who got to display their artwork with their own setup. First, a look into the AP Art students and what they enjoyed. Sydney Yonley enjoyed making clay masks and plans to study emergency management at the University of Akron. Elizabeth Dunn loved exploring different mediums and plans to study art education. Rebecca DuPont loved using mediums like colored pencil and plans to study psychology and become an art therapist. Cameron Eppinger loved learning about different styles and plans to be an astrophysicist. Hannah Berlin enjoyed working with 3D art and plans to study early education. Helena Novak enjoyed expanding her art with different mediums and plans to study art education at Kent State. Jenna Skinner loved trying new things artistically and plans to study criminology at Kent State. Natalie Kaiser describes her art as not knowing exactly what she was doing, but still comes out with a strong project. She hopes to double major in fashion design and fashion merchandising at Lipscomb University. Sydney Potter loved acrylic paint and plans to study art and psychology at the University of Akron for art therapy. Charlotte Lewis loved the art program all throughout high school and plans to continue this creativity of art, writing, and dance at Hamilton College in New York. Leah Wagner enjoyed exploring different art techniques and plans to study at Ohio University. Cass McDougall loved all the different mediums to work with and plans to study graphic design at Kent State. Jared Gray loved to sculpt and plans to study film directing at Full Sail University. Colleen Hallis enjoyed growing and pushing the limits in her passion of art and plans to study fine arts and animation at the University of Cincinnati. Clay Barker likes working with clay and plans to attend Kent State. As for myself, I loved art because I could share my emotions in different mediums, and I plan to study engineering at The Ohio State University.
And the award for Outstanding Art Student of the Year goes to Colleen Hallis. To enter a theater for a performance is to be inducted into a magical space, to be ushered into the sacred arena of the imagination. This year, the drama department took us on a fantastical journey. In the fall, we traveled to a kingdom far away, with The Real Princess and the Pea, then to historical 1915 Akron with an adaptation of A Midsummer Night's Dream. This spring, we traveled under the sea with Disney's The Little Mermaid, and then to Sherwood Forest for the somewhat true tale of Robin Hood. Today, the cast of The Little Mermaid will take us under the sea with King Triton, Sebastian, Ariel, Prince Eric, Ursula and her eels, and the rest of the creatures of their underwater world.
Gone.
Trust me, darling, the vibrato, legato, even your bells, they'll all be safe and sound in here.
If I give away my voice, how can I ever...
You have your looks, your pretty face, and don't underestimate the power of a body language. The men up there don't like a lot of slather. They think a girl who gossips is a bore. Yes, I landed. The ladies not to say. And after all, dear, what is idle prattle for? Come on, they're not all that impressed with conversation. True gentlemen avoid it when they can, but they don't as women fawn on a lady who's a drop. It's she who holds her tongue who gets her men. Come on, you poor unfortunate soul. Go ahead, make your choice. I'm a very busy woman and I haven't got all day. It won't cost much. Just your voice, you poor unfortunate soul. It's sad, but true. If you want to cross the bridge, my sweet, you've got to take a toe. Take a gulp and take a breath. Go ahead and sign this scroll. That's some Jetsam now. I got a voice. The boss is on a roll. You poor unfortunate
The seaweed is always greener. Somebody else's lake. You dream about going up there, but that is a big mistake. Just look at the world around you, right here on the ocean floor. Such wonderful things surround you. What more is you looking for? Under the sea, under the sea. Darling, it's better down where it's wetter. Take it from me. Up on the shore, they work all day. Out in the sun, they slave away. While we devoting good time to floating under the sea. Down here, all the fishes happy as off through the waves they roll. The fish on the land ain't happy. They sad 'cause they in the bowl. But fishing will always lucky. They in for a worse fate. One day when the boss gets hungry, guess who gon' be on the plate? Under the sea. Under the sea. Nobody beat us, fry us and eat us in fricassee. We want the land folk love to cook. Under the sea we are folk. We got no troubles like this, the bubbles under the sea. Under the sea. Since life is sweeter, we got the beater naturally. Even the sturgeon and the ray, they get the urge and start to play. We got the spirit, you got to hear it under the sea. The lute played a flute, the cup played a harp, the bass played a bass and they sounded sharp. Brass played a brass, the drum played the drum, the fluke is the duke of Soho. The reggae can play the news on the strings, John walking out the blackfish she sings. Sprout and the sprat, they know where it's at, and all the blowfish blow. We got a hot to stay, she on bed.
And the Outstanding Drama Student of the Year goes to Carter Frazier.
The Whisperer has been creating yearbooks to document life at Wadsworth High School for the past 99 years. These books provide students with a historical documentation of the school year, full of references to a student's past, school and world events, and photos of shared memories. This year's staff of outstanding photographers, journalists, and school historians was led by a strong senior class who feel proud of what they have created. Staffers voted on the 2 students they feel have exemplified what it means to be in the class and what it means to be a leader. This year's Junior Staffer of the Year is Kate Messam. And this year's Senior Staffer of the Year is Leah McNutt. Next year's editorial staff for the 100th edition of the yearbook as follows. Please stand and be recognized, and please hold your applause until all the staffers have been named. Business Manager, Rebecca Paining. Sports Editor, Kenzie Guam. Student Life Editor, Jenna Myers. Social Media Marketing Director, Erica Paladar. Marketing Director, Jamie Vaughn. Copy Editor, Emma Landels. Photo Editor, Haley Barfus. Layout Editor, Allie Brew. Assistant Editor, Sammy Schaefer. And Editor-in-Chief, Kate Messam.
Mr. Coffin and Mrs. Van Dyke have a challenge for you. Look for the inspected and sealed stickers that are on gas pumps and on scales that weigh your produce. Look for the price verification stickers on hand scanners that read the barcodes on products. In Medina County, these stickers are designed by high school students. This year, 3 WHS students were selected by the Medina County Auditor's Office. Let's give a round of applause for Nathan Dietrich, Tyler Leatherman, and Kirsten White for winning their creative design.
Now time for some more music as jazz band performs an arrangement of Welcome to the Jungle by Guns N' Roses. And the Outstanding Instrumental Music Student of the Year goes to Anthony Beatty.
As usual, the band program was very busy and very successful this year. The marching band performed at all varsity football games, the Lake Band Show, Massland Band Show, the Citrus Bowl Parade, and the Disney's New Year's Eve Parade at Magic Kingdom. They had students participate in OMEA solo and ensemble contests. Symphonic Band and Wind Ensemble received superior ratings, won at OMEA large group contest. The students organized a chamber concert that was completely student-run with student compositions. They performed in the community for the Blue Tip Parade and will be marching in the Memorial Day Parade. And finally, representatives from the National Honor Society will join us to announce the Teacher of the Year. Please welcome to the podium Michael Edwards, Cecilia Ho, Mariah Youngblood, and Tony Beatty.
The Teacher of the Year award celebrates one teacher who does just as much for the students outside of the classroom as they do inside, as one would expect. This year's recipient in particular not only tests students' limits, but also helps students learn from their failures again and again.
Wadsworth High School has a large set of incredible teachers, but this year's Teacher of the Year, in my opinion, represents the absolute maximum value of educating ability. I've had her for 2 years, but it feels like she's taught me a lifetime's worth of information. The limit to her expertise certainly does not exist. Proportional to her quantity of knowledge are her clear and easily understandable methods of teaching. She imparts her wisdom to her students in its most simplified form. This teacher pushes each of us to challenge ourselves and expand our range of proficiency. She helps her students comprehend wholly her lessons, even when they seem initially complex or irrational. She has been an integral part of my high school education. Her consistency and continuity differentiate her from all competition.
While I may have absolutely no idea what Michael is talking about, I can attest to the fact that this teacher creates a classroom environment where all students can succeed, and most importantly, be engaged in the subject at hand. In her classroom, even a future music composition major like myself can enjoy a few integrals and derivatives from time to time. That's a special thing.
Aside from her impressive academic capabilities, this teacher is always there to pick her students up, failure after failure. While receiving a 36% on a test may seem like the end of the world, to her, it's just one step closer to success. Despite the countless nights of tears and stress her students have endured, I have no doubt we have all been lucky to learn from her greatness.
As you all probably figured it out by now, this teacher has impacted lives in varieties of students. She not only inspires students going to the math majors, but also music and political science fields. We can't thank her enough for what an influence she made on the lives that she touched around her. We love her, we'll miss her. Congratulations, Mrs. North.
need to get my second period back so I can give you some homework. So I'm going to say thank you so much. Wonderful 34 and a half years. It's going to be really hard to leave, but my next phase of my life has to begin. I thank you all. Thank you. Love you.
And that concludes this year's Fine Arts Assembly. Thank you for your time and attention, and please report to your second period class at this time.